Live from Union Square in San Francisco, KTVU Fox 2 presents the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. And now your hosts Mike Meback and Claudine Wong.
Good evening and welcome to the largest celebration of its kind in the world as we welcome in the Lunar New Year and the Year of the Rabbit. Gong hei fa choi. We have hundreds of thousands of people lining the streets of San Francisco tonight for this tradition that means a lot to this entire community, and it means a lot to our KTVU family. We've been broadcasting this parade live since 1987, and we are thrilled to bring it to you live tonight. Good evening, I'm Claudine Wong.
And I'm Mike Meback. Welcome to the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade, live from San Francisco's Union Square. Tonight really about new beginnings, about hope and opportunity, as well as good luck. Now, there are a lot of firecrackers and floats, but we also have live music and dragons, and of course, plenty of rabbits out there, as it is the Year of the Rabbit.
We've got our opening act ready for you right now. We have traditional Chinese dancers from the Asian Art Institute. We have acrobats from the Dahlia Performance Group. And we have the magical white rabbit from Over the Moon.
Here now is Paul Nathan and the Great Star Theater with the magical beginning. Paul Nathan performs for about 500,000 people around the world every year. We're lucky to have him and the great Star Theater with us tonight. What a magical beginning on this Saturday evening in the city by the bay. And Claudine, it's about to get a lot louder.
Yes, a great way to start the night. And it is time to meet this year's Grand Marshal, TV and film actor Rich Ting. He went to high school here in San Francisco, and Amberly is standing by with our Grand Marshal. They're going to light tens of thousands of firecrackers, Amber.
I can hardly wait. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Standing right next to me is Rich Ting. Rich, you are based in LA. You came back to celebrate with us. What's that like?
Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. I mean, the scene speaks for itself. We have everyone in attendance, families, kids, friends of mine as well. I'm just really happy to be here and participating in this parade tonight.
You were telling me that, it's important as an Asian actor to be represented, and you want to have a message maybe to all the families and kids that are watching.
Definitely. I mean, this is a cultural exchange, right? And the biggest parade in the U.S. I mean, just feeling the energy and the vibe. And obviously, it's one of the first, I'd say, fully official ones since the pandemic has happened. So just to have everyone come out, support everyone, represent the community, the AAPI, and everyone else celebrating Lunar New Year, it's really a dream come true for me.
Yeah, you were saying you never dreamt as a kid watching it, you and I both, to be here right now.
Definitely. I mean, these are things you watch and you grow up seeing, but you never dream that you're actually going to be a participant, let alone the Grand Marshal of the parade. So I am beyond humbled, beyond flattered, wishing everyone a happy Lunar New Year and all the prosperity and hope and love that this year will bring you.
All right, Rich, the firecrackers, right? Let's go do it. All right. Yes.
Tell me where am I going? Happy New Year, everyone.
That was exciting, right?
That was great.
What are you most looking forward to?
You know what? I've seen so many people in attendance. My band, my high school alma mater right there, Archbishop Brereton High School, is backing me up. They've been playing the whole trip down Market Street. Definitely just supporting them as much as I can, but all the performers. We have Miss Chinatown here. We have Chef Executive Martin Yen as the honorary, and just all the martial art performers, the dancers. I mean, this is live, and I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the parade.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Have a good time.
Oh, it's great to hear Rich Ting back in the city by the bay. He went to Reardon High School, home of the West Catholic Athletic League, and here he is. He mentioned the band, and sure enough, there they are, the Archbishop Brereton High School Marching Band, Catholic high school out of San Francisco's Westwood Park neighborhood. Our own Sal Castaneda once marched with this band. Let's listen in for a little bit to Reardon High's marching band. 2012, Claudia,
Did you
the Giants
really?
Parade down on Market Street.
Well, it is the largest high school marching band in San Francisco. Great to have them out here. I know they're preparing to travel to Italy next year
Loud and proud.
to perform in Rome, so awesome for them. All right, let's go to the Alaska Presents West Coast Lion Dance Troupe. This troupe is based in Daly City and actually founded in 1988 by a group of veteran lion dancers. It's always great to see. This is a fan favorite in the crowd, always so fun to watch.
And just see it's so vibrant with all the colors and all the movement. And for a lot of people that participate, especially with this troupe, you know, they call this their second family. That's how often they are actually working together. And they love coming into this parade. It's the 35th appearance in the Chinese New Parade for this troupe.
Absolutely. It is generations of people. If you didn't see those lion dances and lions, and underneath the heads, you would see so many different ages and generations that go through it. Right now, they're performing a traditional Chinese lion dance, and you can see how many of them. They have performances that can have up to 50 of these lions in any kind of performance.
All different ages. You see the little one there? I mean, there's a youngster there, so they're all different ages right there. Look at that face.
They start very young. I have family members who learned how to lion dance at a very young age. They go to the little lion, then they get a little bit bigger, and then they're bigger lions, and it really is an art form. Right behind them, you see the dragon.
Right.
That is the dragon that is chasing the Pearl of Wisdom. You will see that throughout the parade, a very traditional dragon dance. And that dragon is very special, very emotional to people, dedicated to a toddler shot and killed on a Bay Area freeway back in 2021, Jasper Wu.
All right, time now for the Alaska Airlines float and all their employees. And you know what? This float stood out to me earlier this week, Claudine, because we had a chance to preview the floats. We went down to Pier 54, and this one definitely pops. And it's also the only float that I believe actually has movement to
That's
it.
right. Those two little rabbits in the front of that float will actually move up and down. But they're having a great time. You know, the Chinese tradition believes that if you look at the moon, you will see a rabbit in it. And so this derives its essence from the moon. I love the music. You know, they're having a really good time.
Turn it up. I agree. The theme of this one is Alaska Airlines going to new heights in the year of the rabbit, soaring among the clouds, symbolizing peace, happiness, and good fortune. And the firecrackers continue.
Those will be nonstop throughout the evening. And you can see, I think, you've got Alaska Airlines employees following that float. And it's always fun to be a part of it. If those are truly flight attendants, I have seen them in the past prepare this actual routine, and they practice it leading up to us. It's always really fun to see them come out and perform.
I'm actually flying Alaska next month. I'm excited for the flight. They always seem to be on time with me. By the way, for those born in the year of the rabbit, you are considered especially lucky, as well as being talented, kind-hearted, compassionate, and sensible. Tonight, Alaska Airlines wishing you and your family health, happiness, and safe travels in the year of the rabbit.
All right, right behind them, we have the California Polytechnic State University Mustang Marching Band. This parade, they have this special style of marching called Georgian. So you have the flags there right behind them.
You said Georgian, right?
Georgian.
That is chanting and dancing at the same time. I may have done that in college myself. Didn't go to Cal Poly. I'm a Colorado guy.
You may have done some version of that, yes. 230 members in this band, and they do their fight song in the band.
All right, let's listen in for just a second. All right, Cal Poly, actually their men's basketball team has got a hoop game tonight against Hawaii, so best of luck to the Mustangs. All right, time now for some picture-perfect moments, capturing the best and brightest moments of this year's parade. We're going to be doing this throughout the broadcast. You can see the Archbishop Breeden High School Marching Band there. You saw the firecrackers, and right there, that's the smile of the night.
Oh, love it. Love it all. All right, and here is your chance to celebrate the Year of the Rabbit with a trip from Alaska Airlines. Enter for a chance to win $200 250,000 miles that can be used on Alaska, and they're One World partners. Enter now at ktvu.com/contests. The Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to the Chinese New Year Parade live here on KTVU Fox 2. A lot of talk about the rain today, but right now it's holding off a little bit, Claudine.
Yeah, we are counting our blessings here, and we'll take it. As long as we get a break from the rain, we'll take it. All right, let's go down to Amber Lee, who is standing by with Alaska Airlines, and Franco Finn. Amber.
Claudine, Mike, next to me is Franco Finn with Alaska Airlines. Tell me, what was it like to be on that float?
Oh my goodness, I mean, this is the second annual for us, Alaska Airlines, Chinese New Year Parade, the presenting sponsor, and I gotta tell you, it just gets better and better every year. This is the second time we're part of it, and I tell you, the energy is awesome, rain or shine. We're so proud that, you know, we have over 130 destinations from the Bay Area, so we're growing quite a bit here in California, the Bay Area, and you know what? We're the most caring airlines in the sky, and we care about the community, and that's why we're here and we're sponsoring. It's exciting.
Thank you for joining us. Have a good time with the parade.
This is awesome. Let's keep it going. All right.
Back to you, Mike and Claudine.
All right, Amber, thank you. Tell Franco hello. We emceed an event a few years back out in the Sunset District at St. Ignatius College Prep. Great guy, as he said, tons of energy.
Yeah, it's so fun, and really, the energy that you can feel from the crowd is huge. All right, now we have the Tat Wong Kung Fu Academy, 39th appearance in this parade. So if you're watching them going, I think I've seen them before, you absolutely have, and you're going to see a lot of generations in this performance. You've got the younger kids there, as you see, dressed like rabbits. They're using actually nunchaku designed to look like carrots.
And then they have older students, right, as farmers. Those are the ones right there with the long rakes. And then behind them, they actually have students using broadswords.
And that's followed by their lion dance team. Now, this group was established actually in San Francisco in 1983 under Grandmaster Tat Wong. And now they have 4 locations across the Bay Area. And again, we talk about the generations that go into these academies, and there are their lion dances behind them. That is really this sense of family that you see in this parade, and a sense of pride when they come in to perform.
And I like the little face paint, too, in the younger performers, too.
Adorable.
You're the rabbit. All right, the president of the San Francisco Chinese Chamber of Commerce, Donald Liu, coming under the lights on this Saturday evening. He is the 107th president of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. He's actually a product of the San Francisco Unified School District. Donald Liu taking over the chamber just a few years ago.
And you talk about the history and how this parade has developed. I mean, it started in the 1800s, and then when the chamber took it over in 1958, really changed the direction of it, and that was a very big moment for this parade. And then in 1987, when we started broadcasting, also another big moment for this parade, and has brought us here today.
Okay, well, let's stay with the theme here as Donald Liu makes his way down the route. He is followed by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, and every year the chamber spotlights 2 organizations that's vital to Chinatown. And this year it's the Chinese Historical Society of America, as well as the San Francisco Chinese Hospital and Community Health Plan.
And those are big organizations for this community. Both my parents were born at Chinese Hospital, and really it is such a focal point for this community in terms of care. I want you to look up that float, and you see the man dressed in yellow. I talked to the executive director of the Chinese Historical Society of America just yesterday. They have an exhibit at that museum on Clay Street, just a few blocks from where we are, and it's called We Are Bruce Lee. And so he is there representing Bruce Lee's roots, really, in San Francisco, in Oakland, and the entire Bay Area. So a really special float.
Is it going to be there for a while?
The exhibit is ongoing right now, and I've seen it. It's fantastic. So if you have time, one of the things that the executive director has said is this parade should get you to explore more of Chinatown and the Chinese community. So we hope you do that.
All right, coming under the lights, Presidio Nose School. That's Presidio Knowles School, south of Margate, kind of in the 10th and Folsom area. And tonight they do have about 40 students from the school that actually goes preschool to 8th grade. Sometimes you hear K through 8, but this is actually preschool through 8. Mandarin immersion school, goal of teaching, Claudine, children to really be bilingual here and engage with the world.
And I love it. You have the magic hat you can see there. Their students are dressed as rabbits. The chaperones dressed as magicians. Rabbits, of course, often used in magic acts, and they're dancing to the song.
I love the creativity, sticking with the theme of the Year of the Rabbit, right?
You can see them singing along. I love it.
What are those shoes? Oh, those shoes are kind of glowing. It's nice to have schools participate in the Chinese New Year Parade every year, but especially right here for those schools and students that live in San Francisco. And, you know, this is their backyard. And we heard it from Rich Ting, you know, for being back here, and it's just great to see.
100%. All right, Alaska presents the San Francisco Lesbian Gay Freedom Band, founded back in 1978. The band says it is the first openly gay musical organization in the world. And so a very special time for them to perform in this parade. And you talk about the impact this parade has on all the other parades, like Pride Parade and different parades that mean so much to this community. Right. This group saying it's about education and musical development.
They're playing a few songs along the parade route, including Shanghai Bun, General's Mandate, and Chinatown, My Chinatown. Let's listen in for just a bit here.
You've been listening to the San Francisco Lesbian, Gay, and Freedom Band. This crowd is amazing.
Look at the windows.
We were talking about this earlier. Those are some of the best spots. I mean, those are the veteran parade goers that know it is warm and dry, and there are some refreshments, and you get a bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of you know, the Giants World Championship parade down Market Street. That's exactly what people were doing when they were at work. I mean, that's how fun and how tapped into the community is. They want this parade.
All right, they want a good spot.
Let's check in back with Amber Lee. She is with the leader of the city of San Francisco, Mayor London Breed. Amber.
Mayor Breed, you look beautiful. What do you think?
Oh my goodness, it's so great to be here to celebrate the Lunar New Year right here in San Francisco. We didn't let the rain stop us. And as we celebrate the year of the rabbit, which represents mercy and kindness, I'm hoping for a lot more kindness in the world. So this is exciting, and it's so many people out here. It's amazing.
It tells you a lot, right? I mean, there was forecast for rain, and it's pretty dry. Keep our fingers crossed, right? I mean, look at the crowd.
Yeah, and I've been meeting people from all over the Bay Area, people who caught BART here, the Central Subway, and just wanted to see the parade. And so we had to make sure we were out here for the people, and it's just a great way to bring everyone together. We know that rain signifies good luck, too, so we're hoping to bring us some good luck in 2023.
I was going to tell you, you know why it means good luck, right?
Yes.
Rain is water, and water means, says the Chinese word is sui.
Yes.
Sui is when you have yao, sui means have money.
Yes. And I just want to say to everyone, Chok Dai Ga, Sun Tai Ging Hong, Sunny Phai Lo, Gong Hei Fat Choi.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Amber, thank you for that. Always great to have a native leading the city, as the mayor did grow up in the Western Addition and a graduate of Galileo.
All right, next up, we have West Portal Elementary School and their Chinese Performing Arts program. And you can see them right there with their adorable dragon. Again, always chasing that pearl of wisdom. You see that little ball there? They chase the pearl. And welcome back. Time to turn our attention to the McDonald's family cam. As you can see, everyone waving, having a great time. So many families this year watching from the grandstands.
All right, back now to the parade under the lights, and it's time for a little car. Hyundai is making the journey down Geary Street, and the theme is, it's your journey, and we're with you on every mile. Marking the year of the rabbit with the family of rabbits on a carrot mobile there on the Golden Gate Bridge. It's slowly making its way. You're coming. But again, Claudine, this is one of those floats that also popped for me earlier in the week when we got a preview of them. It's so much glitter. I think this is the one float that has all the glitter.
Yes, that was what the float builder said. She goes, this is the most glitter of all the floats. But first you got to get the cars coming in. This is an electric vehicle charging station on their float, and the electric vehicles that are bringing them. You can see the Tucson hybrid and other folks that got a Santa Fe plug-in hybrid. And there's the float for you there, as you can see, riding in on that carrot charging station.
I was wondering if those vehicles got lost and they just found their way in the parade and they cut the float off.
They're escorting the rabbit in.
Well, there it is. You mentioned the EV charging station. That's kind of a theme for a lot of the manufacturers, the car vehicles in the parade is a focus on electric.
And we talked about that glitter, a 1/4 ton of glitter used in all the floats that we saw today. And this one took up a big chunk of that, apparently. But it looks great. And as one of the few illuminated parades left in the country, we love to see things sparkle and shine.
Yeah. All right, Hyundai making a lot of noise in the car market, but so is the next band. Let's bring in the San Ramon Valley High School Marching Wolves out of Danville. They've been working hard to recover from the pandemic. They've actually had a full schedule of performances, 20 events so far this year. Great to have the Marching Wolves with us. Let's listen in for just a bit here.
Last year was their first appearance, and we're glad to see them back again this year. The San Ramon Valley High School Marching Wolves. And right behind them, we have the Community Youth Center of San Francisco. Founded back in 1970, the goal of this organization was to help high-need and at-risk Asian Pacific Islanders between the ages of 5 and 25 who are recent immigrants.
Yeah, you know, they're really working on family and social and academic relationships. I mean, the pandemic, Claudine, was tough on, we know, everyone, right? But especially the youth, you know, and you're a parent, you have children, I have children, but so this group is really trying to help the youth excel in their lives moving forward out of this pandemic, and it's great to have them with us out here on Geary Street tonight.
And I think the diversity is something they really pride themselves on. I mean, they provide services to over 8,000, not just Asian students, but African American, Latinx, and their families, and just to help them adapt to the different things of whether it's different systems and getting through.
And they're split in 2 groups right here, or several groups, I should say. They have some drummers, they have some younger performers doing the Tai Chi, a group of flag bearers, and there's also a golden dragon, there you go, weaving in and out.
There's their pearl of wisdom as well. A little interesting fact someone told me that is under the dragon's chin, there's actually a little pouch. And when they catch the pearl of wisdom, that's where it goes.
There. Are those heavy?
I don't think they're heavy, but the thing about the dragons versus the lions, when you see that performance, is it just requires a lot of people. So it's a lot of coordination. So parades are fantastic places to have these dragon dances. You'll see a lot of lion dances in front of businesses. Lions take 2 people.
Right.
Dragons, many more.
Good time to tease the grand finale a little bit later.
Yes, that takes a lot of people with a 300-foot dragon on its way. All right, right behind them, you have the Chinese Immersion School at Diavola School. The 5th Chinese immersion program in the San Francisco Unified School District started back in 2009.
50 students tonight performing choreographed dance routine, and they are wearing traditional Chinese costumes. Get this, made by volunteers. I love hearing that. They're dancing to At the Hop. Hope the students will hop into the year. That's great. I love it. I love it. The goal for the students is, I should say the school is really to prepare these students too with the multilingual skills. Good, caring, responsible citizens. That's what they're doing at the Chinese Immersion School at Diavola.
Yeah.
And that's actually located in the Haight.
Love this. And I love this performance. I love the joy, and you cannot help but dance along with them as they dance with that joy and happiness. Look at them.
Nice work,
Crowd
everyone.
favorite.
All right, Cache Creek Casino making its way. If you don't know where that is, that's kind of near Vacaville, just west of 505. The theme of Cache Creek's float tonight, hopping into a brand new year of prosperity and play. And it's designed, it's inspired by a wish for players and their loved ones to have a prosperous and lucky New Year, Claudine.
Yep, you see the golden rabbit right there on that center area right there, and then surrounded by piles of lucky gold coins and bars and red envelopes. That all symbolizes an abundance of blessings. So that's a big part of culture for the Chinese New Year, is to give red envelopes filled with money or sweetness, and Cache Creek having a lot of gold on their float.
And Cache Creek is run and owned by the Yocha Dihi tribe, which means home by the spring water in the Patwin language.
All right, check out
What
that
is
bus
this?
right behind them.
Do
We
we know
might
those people?
recognize some of these folks.
That's the KTVU Big Red Bus. That's
The
what they
Big
wrote down.
Red
That's called the
Bus.
Big Red Bus right there. Amber, take it away.
Yeah, look at all those people.
My
They're walking
KTVU
down right now from that
family.
bus.
That's it.
I'm so lucky to be a part of this great group of people. Sal, we come out here every year. What do you think about this year?
Well, you know, I grew up in San Francisco, and Chinatown is very special, Amber. It's like a magical place. And us being in the parade is such a privilege. I really think that all of us really love it. From KTVU, it's a tradition. So we love being here.
It's part of us, right? It's our DNA.
Sure
I mean,
is.
look at the crowd. I mean, I just can't believe, you know, what they said it was going to happen. But look,
Yeah, people are out here rain or shine, you know, and my crew has been celebrating the Chinese New Year very officially as a KTVU group. So we're all very happy, aren't we? But we're very happy. Amber, we're very happy to be here, and we appreciate being here in front of all these people.
you know, it's our chance to see our viewers, right?
Right. Exactly. So.
It's such an exciting time for all of us. We have Dave Clark, Rosemary, Christian, Ali, James Torres, Alex Savage, Andre, Greg Lee, Henry Lee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what more can you ask for, right? This is the one time of the year that we get to see everybody. Back to you.
Oh, there's the family, right?
There you go, exactly.
I will tell you, that is a favorite tradition for all of us and our family at KTV. We talked about broadcasting since 1987. This is one of those things that we look forward to every year.
Because a lot of those people, we don't see them, right? If you're working the morning show, you don't see the people who work in the evening show. So anyways, the bus looks great. They look happy. Wishing them a good rest of the parade. All right, don't forget to enter this year's contest, a chance to win 250,000 miles that can be used on Alaska Airlines and their One World partners. Enter now at ktvu.com/contest. More action still ahead. You're watching the Chinese New Year Parade live from downtown San Francisco.
All right, welcome back to the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. This is a live look at Macy's, where the windows are filled with folks wanting to get a bird's eye view of what's happening down on the street here in Union Square. There are the grandstands that are packed, and the streets all around us filled with people out here for this wonderful annual tradition that we look forward to every year.
All right, let's get back to Amber Lee, and she is standing by with the Honorary Grand Marshal, Chef Martin Yan. Amber.
Hi, I am with Martin Yan. How are you?
I am so excited to be riding along with Chris Lee, the Queen of the Chinatown 2022. And
Yes.
here to celebrate traditional Lunar New Year, to bring people back to San Francisco, back to this great place, and I watch Channel 2.
And I eat at your restaurants.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm reopening NY China, and also I'm opening NY Asia in Las Vegas.
You're such a part of the Bay Area, you know, Chinese American, you know, fabric. What are your thoughts, you know, looking at, you know, year after year we have this? It's such a huge celebration.
Well, you know, people from all over the world, you know, this is a melting pot. Everybody came from all over the world, and they bring their culture, their heritage, and food. And food brings everybody together. So we're right into Chinatown. So we are going to celebrate not only for the Chinese or the Asian community, but for the entire community in the Bay Area in San Francisco. We hope more people coming back from San Francisco.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Crystal Lee. Thank you. All right, Mike, Claudine.
All right, Amber, thank you. Chef Martin, I love the hat.
Yes, I
Can I
know.
just have
He's
that
always
hat?
a lot of fun.
I could
Every
bring
time I
that out.
interview him, he's so much fun.
I could bring that out.
All right, right behind them, we have the San Francisco Police Department Lion team, made up of active and retired San Francisco police officers and sheriff deputies, all volunteers. And I love this because this started back in 1988. So this has been a long time tradition here. You got sworn officers, you got deputies. They entered their first parade with only 2 lion heads. They have a lot more now.
That's it. And then it just grows.
And it grows.
And that's with volunteers. You get more and more volunteers, you just continue to grow. You can see the colors there. They're popping tonight. They also invite SFPD Academy recruits. To be part of the Dragon.
You will always have the
I have to
firecrackers.
pause, yeah. I had to pause there.
Never a dull moment.
Well, we don't really have scripts out here, so they catch us off guard every now and then. Just in case you missed the opening act,
If you come
we're going
to
do
enough
it
of
again.
these parades, you will know it's never quite over when you think it's over. And a lot of these strings of firecrackers, they have the firecrackers, and at the very end, there is one last little spot where you think it's over, and then that explodes itself as well. So the San Francisco Police Department Lion Team has 8 sets of actual lion dancers in this group. And you see the little ones again. Again, it's generational.
All
here.
ages.
Yes. And of course, they have a dragon right behind them as well. So you have the lion dancers in front. There you see that dragon.
That's 150 feet.
21 people. When we talk about the number of people
that's
needed for these dragon dances, it's a long and a lot of people. The Pearl of Wisdom right there in front. And again, there is the dragon right behind them. Interestingly, if you go to the Asian Art Museum, they say there are some dragons with wings. But I'm told by the cultural advisor for the parade that only dragons that are over 1,000 years old have wings. So these are younger dragons.
That's good knowledge right there.
Yes, it's good knowledge.
I don't know if you mentioned it also, but they don't just do the parade here. They also do a number of other events in the communities. They also go to schools, and they also go to senior centers to perform. I mean, if I were to volunteer right now, would I want to be in the front or the back? I wonder if it's more difficult.
All right.
We'll think about
right
it.
behind them, you have the Comcast float. The lights on that float representing the light from the moon. And you can see a beautiful float there as the rabbits jump over that moon. The theme of this float, creating a future of unlimited possibilities together.
It's also decorated with clouds there. Firecrackers still going. Lotus flowers drifting in the water for the year of the rabbit. Employees are also walking with their families, so it's not just employees. They have 180,000 employees, actually, Comcast, headquartered back east in Pennsylvania.
And you talk about this float. It's one of the 3 with the most lights in the parade. It actually has hundreds of feet of rope lights that help create the look there. And it is beautiful. So glad to see the Comcast float making its way in this parade. One of more than 20 floats you'll see in this parade.
All right, let's bring back the band. How about the Richmond High School marching band? Making their way down Gary Street, part of the West Contra Costa Unified School District, home of the Oilers. Richmond High, founded back in 1907. The band actually reformed in 2012. That's about 11 years ago by 8 students, okay, Claudine? So they started with 8 and they fired back up, and now the band is about 80 people.
And it's really amazing to see how things grow like that when people want to come together for their community and then the community beyond. You know, we've talked about some of these groups that have been in the parade since the 1960s or the 1970s, but this band has only been in this parade for 2 years. And last year was the first time, and so we love to see them back to create new traditions. And in 20 years, we'll talk about how long they've been in this parade as well.
Let's listen in for a little bit there. Band, great to have you on board. Home of the Oilers.
All right, right behind the band, we have the Helen Dance Academy. It was actually established in 2012. And the theme for this is Phoenix Rising and recovery from pandemics and against Asian hatred and violence. We can't talk enough about how difficult this has been a period of time, but how we've seen the community come together and really unite against the hatred and against the violence.
They look beautiful out there right now, and I actually had a chance to talk to Miss Helen Wing on the phone earlier this week, and she was excited to be part of the parade, and she graduated from the Beijing Dance Academy Performing Arts Department, and now she's here in San Francisco teaching. You know, it's a generation, or a word we continue to use, but generations of dancers out there.
And what a great night out here in San Francisco.
So far, yeah. How about some picture-perfect moments on the parade route? You can see the KTVU bus out there. It's good to hear from Sal. More of those firecrackers being lit on Geary Street. Everyone is waving and smiling out here. We'll be right back. More live coverage from the Chinese New Year Parade on KTVU Fox 2 right after the break.
Welcome back. Here's our McDonald's family cam. There's a little bit of drizzle coming down, but does that crowd look unhappy at all?
No, they're fired up.
A fantastic time out here. This is such a fun parade, and this crowd has been fantastic tonight. We're so glad you're joining us here for the Alaska Airlines
and
Chinese
even where the
parade.
cameras aren't, there are 4 or 5, sometimes 10 people deep down that parade route, like you can see. All right, the Lincoln Middle School Marching Band, welcome to the Chinese New Year Parade. The school is right across from us, across the bay in Alameda, up in the southeast part of that city. Home of the Lions. They first performed in this parade back in 2002 and have performed in many other parades every year. Kind of 4 different ensembles here on campus, including orchestra, Claudine, as well as the symphonic band.
Yep, and they actually won first place, their middle school band, in the last 5 parades, so congrats to them. You got 50 members marching along. They got flags, they have banners, and they're actually playing 2 Chinese folk songs by John Edmondson and the Chinese Dragon Dance by John Prescott. So let's listen to them.
I love it. All right, back to another casino, Sky River, out in Elk Grove. Sky River Casino is located just south of Sacramento. That's where Elk Grove is. It's run and owned by the Wilton Rancheria tribe. Brand new, just opened last fall.
All right, if you take a look at the float,
Yeah,
it's called the Ship of Wealth, surrounded by koi fish, and then, of course, you have the gold coins and bars there. You have the lotus flowers, which represent good fortune, success for the new year. So they are so happy to join us here today. We're happy to see Sky River out here with us tonight.
And the tribe actually has 700 members. 40% of them are under 18 years old. Interesting factoid right there.
All right, let's go next to the Friends of Mandarin Scholars School that is right behind that Sky River float. There you see them. This is an organization that supports Mandarin immersion in the San Mateo Foster City School District. And this is their 9th year in the parade. I love those little rabbit ears that light up. Those are adorable.
Nice little touch. I do agree with that. Now, the theme of this comes from the legend of the Rabbit God with a fan performance along with the drums. You can kind of hear the drums right there from the older students, as well as dancing. Now, the music is written by teacher organizers, the same with the dance that is actually choreographed.
And that's great. And they talk about the kids and what they do to be in this parade. They have playtime, and if they want to be in this parade, they give up that playtime so they can practice for this parade.
There's no practice after school. It's during, yeah.
Yeah, 4 weeks leading up to the parade. So that's what it means to these schools to be a part of it. And we talk about this. This parade started in the 1800s in San Francisco's Chinatown, but it has expanded so far beyond that. It is so meaningful, not just to the Chinese American community in San Francisco, not just to the Asian American community, and not just to San Francisco. It is all people from beyond who come from all over the state and all over the Bay Area to participate.
And they are in rhythm. Let's see if we can just listen for a second here. Nice.
Oh, they are so cute. All right, right behind them, we have the Yao Gong Moon Kung Fu, Dragon, and Lion Dance Association. You talk about people who have been in the parade for a long time, and this is tradition. 44 years.
44 years, that's my entire life,
parade.
Practically. I'm 46, almost. But that is a long time, and this is a traditional martial arts group, but they're also kind of known, Claudine, for their southern and northern style of lion dancing. They have more than 10,000 members around the world with branches in the U.S., China, and Hong Kong, as well as Australia and even Finland.
Yeah, and you can't talk enough about what it means when you talk about the culture even within these organizations. Amber Lee talked to these folks a little earlier in the last couple of weeks, and they were talking about how their members not only are multi-generational, but she talked to one student who's a student at UC Davis right now, but still comes back to practice. Still comes back to just be a part of it because it does mean a lot. You have little kids here, and when you grow up, it is the sense of family, it is the sense of culture and tradition, and it brings people together. It's an art form, and when you bring that art together, that's what happens. It is something that is so sentimental to folks.
Promoting Chinese culture, and they actually started their own lion dance competition in Chinatown.
And you had the group of lions, and now you have the dragons behind them, and you can see how intricate that performance is, jumping over the pearls of wisdom, wrapped in plastic just in case we have rain, and then all those dragons behind them and lions behind them.
So 3 parts to this. We had the flags leading, and then the group of lions, and now the dragon.
It really is. And the athleticism, I mean, you've got to talk. This is a 1.3-mile route, and they are doing this.
How heavy it is.
The entire route. You can see they're lifting each other up. This is, not only takes artistry, not only takes timing and a lot of timing, but it takes sheer strength to carry someone on your shoulders for this amazing performance.
Was it a mile and a half, you said?
1.3. 1.3.
Just looking at them. They must rotate.
I think they are used to it. I mean, if you see the Chinese New Year, it starts, 15 days before we get to today and today's full moon. And so those 15 days are full and really leading up to it with a lot of lion dances to help start off the Lunar New Year with good fortune. And so they are busy. These organizations that perform lion dances, perform dragon dances, are very busy for all the words. I love it. You see them go in the crowd? What I really love about these lion dance performers, too, is that it is interactive. They are always, going towards the crowd, enjoying, and having a good time with it.
All right, let's go to Toyota, making its way down Geary right now. We'll have a theme for the Toyota float. Let's go places in the year of the rabbit. The float, as he makes its way down the street here, features a small village and a rugged mountain range, inviting adventurers both at home and on the road.
And if you see those family of rabbits, they are waving lucky items for you. So you got one who's carrying a gold bar, another one that has red envelopes, another one who has firecrackers. And so all of those symbolizing good luck in the new year and welcoming in prosperity and good fortune.
When we talked to Stephanie, who designed, about in 20 or the 21 floats, she said the designs actually started back in October. Then they started building in November. So that's how long it's been going
It is nonstop. Stephanie is a really hard worker, yes. And I will say, we talk about inflation, increased costs. When we talking to her, she said, yes, supplies got more expensive, so you had fewer people working on the floats, and we got a behind-the-scenes look, and they were working hard, and their work is paying off tonight.
All right, up next, Argonne Elementary School Chinese after-school program. This is in the outer Richmond on 18th Avenue. This first opened up more than 100 years ago, back in 1920 in San Francisco, with the Chinese after-school program starting in 1990 to run. Parent-run organization here, providing Mandarin classes, Claudine, for students. This is specifically grades kindergarten through 5th grade.
And the goal is really to teach students to be bilingual, because that's, they say if you start young, you can have them have this bilingual education. We talk about so many immersion schools, what we're seeing here as well involved in this parade. And the goal is also just to increase understanding and appreciation of the Chinese culture. Beautiful children involved in this parade tonight, so we appreciate seeing them here as well. Right behind them, we have Asian Ink.
Okay.
In a cable car.
Come on down.
They have the Napa Valley Wine Trolley with them. And it is great to see Asian Ink here. It's an organization that helps Asian Americans and other socioeconomically disadvantaged groups buy homes, start, grow businesses, accumulate wealth. And so they're talking about economic equity here.
This is a great nonprofit that was established more than 50 years ago. Again, as Claudine said, to really focus in on economic equity. The cable car decorated with the theme Riding into Fertile Opportunities.
All right, what a fun night we've had. Amber Lee's having a great time too. She gets to hang out with the great crowds that have been out here tonight. Amber, who do you have with you?
I have the Smith family from, you wouldn't believe this, Ukiah. You come every year, you told me.
Yes, we've been coming for 17 years since Aaron was very young, and then bringing all of my daughters and grandchildren, and it's just been a great time.
What do you look most forward to?
The excitement, the noise.
What do you like the most? Say the lions. The lion.
The lion. Oh,
You drive, you stay at a hotel, right?
Yes, we usually come down on Friday and we'll spend the night around Union Square and play and have a good time. All day Saturday we go into the Chinatown and play and enjoy the sights of the town and then enjoy the parade on Saturday night and then go home on Sunday morning.
Enjoy the rest of the parade. Thank you for joining me. Mike, Claudine.
All right,
Amber,
thanks, Amber.
thank you. Making the trek down from Ukiah, and on a night like this, when the rain is starting to pick up a little bit, it's a great crowd. They're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere because this is our first live broadcast in 3 years. We're happy to be back. And by the way, don't forget your chance to win a trip from Alaska Airlines. Enter for a chance to win 250,000 miles that can be used on Alaska and their One World partners. Enter now at ktvu.com/contest. More fabulous floats and bands ahead, as well as the Gold Dragon. It's getting closer. You're watching the Chinese New Year Parade live from downtown San Francisco.
Welcome back to the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. There you have the Chinese Culture Center of San Francisco. You can see we have the umbrellas out. The rain started to fall a little bit, but big smiles on everyone involved in this parade. The Chinese Culture Center of San Francisco was founded in 1965. That was 1 year after the passage of the Civil Rights Act, and it was the same year the U.S. lifted immigration quotas.
Yeah, its mission, really elevating underserved communities. As well as promoting equality through education and art, and definitely committed to racial justice and fighting racism. Again, first time in the parade, we can hear some of their instruments. They're performing Latinx and Chinese cross-cultural music. All right, the Bank of America float now making its way down Geary Street. The Sears theme, Tranquility in the Year of the Rabbit. I think of Bank of America, I always think of 555 California, Claudia, in the B of A building, right? I know they moved out to North Carolina years ago, but
yes, but they do have a long history here as well. If you take a look at their float, you can see that wooden rabbit up in front. That's actually a good-natured rabbit hopping into a pastoral meadow, because you can see the flowers there on the front of the float, and that rabbit covered in lights as well, and surrounded by those lotus flowers, which signify an abundance of purity and strength. And yes, you will also find those fun gold coins.
Gold coins for blessings, for good fortune, red lanterns for warmth and light into the new year. Again, 60 years now for Bank of America in the parade. As you said, a long history here in the city of Bank of America. All right, to the drill team. How about St. Mary's Chinese Language School drill team? This school dates back more than 100 years, and Claudine, I've been in Chinatown since 1921.
Could they be any cuter? That drill team was actually first organized, yes, as you say, in the 40s. It often performs with the St. Mary's Drum and Bell Corps, which is actually a favorite. And you can see there, a little more rain has had to wipe their eyes. But, you know, I will say, everyone, as you can see the grandstands, everyone had their umbrellas ready. They were ready to go, and they were prepared. So they knew that they might need it out here. And there's still a lot of smiles because no one's missing this parade. Rain or shine, we have told you, this is going to be something that happens and is embraced in the San Francisco Union Square area. And you can see right there, they're doing a precision march routine using fans.
Yeah, they're not using music, you know, and they're doing that on purpose. I find that even more difficult. I feel like there's more pressure when you don't have the music to back you up right there. But they'll be doing these routines all the way down the parade route. I love what they're wearing. Again, the color just pops.
Yes, those costumes are traditional Chinese style. They've got dragon and phoenixes on them. They're just gorgeous.
I think that's the advantage of having a parade at night. I think this would look different in the daytime. You know, it just under the lights and everything just pops.
Absolutely, and they look beautiful, and what a pleasure to see them perform. All right, there they go. Right behind them, you have the Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs. They're honoring the Chinese railroad workers. You saw them doing a kind of a routine there, and it was a replica of the Jupiter train and the Golden Spike ceremony that completed the Transcontinental Railroad.
That was a big day. Completion of that, right?
And it's an important part of history. I mean, you talk to the Chamber of Commerce about what this parade is, and it's about making sure that people take a minute and use this opportunity to learn about the history, to learn about things that were important, and learn about significant events for the Chinese American community and for all Asian American communities as we celebrate the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, the theme this year, is advancing leadership and civic engagement to move forward together, really emphasizing that word together.
Yes. And of course, the railroad, 90% of the workers who made up railroad workers were Chinese and Asian. And there is that Jupiter train that they were talking about there. That is a real scale replica of that Jupiter train from 1858. Again,
that's classic.
It's all a nod to the Transcontinental Railroad, and that was being built. And there's a little smokestack bubble machine. You got a brass bell. You got lights, and supporters and board members on board that train.
Crowd likes it. All right, Alice Fong Yu Alternative School up next. It's an immersion school for kindergarten, K through 8 here. In San Francisco's Inner Sunset, right off Kirkham. And it's named for San Francisco Unified's first Chinese-American teacher. And here they come, all different ages, K through 8.
I absolutely love those rabbit ears on them. I think they're like functional and beautiful at the same time. Yeah, those are rabbit ears and a little flower to boot there too. So they've got the fans, you've got the flowers. And they teach actually their students in both Cantonese and Mandarin. Cantonese is largely spoken in San Francisco's Chinatown, but Mandarin is the official language of China. And so you have both languages being spoken here. And then these schools, like Alice Fong Yu, teach both. This is their 26th year in the parade. So these little kids grow up, but the ones that come behind them all know that they get to perform in this parade as well.
Well, it's a strong academic program that they got going on there at Alice Fong Yu. For their students to really think critically, they push them on that and apply learned concepts, you know, make connections in your younger years, so you take that with you as you grow older.
And so those little kids are dressed like red envelopes. Those are given out in the Chinese New Year and the Lunar New Year for good luck and good fortune. So that's why they're wearing those red outfits to represent those envelopes. I love that little one. Trying to like going over their eyes.
He's flying up. He's excited. He's got his hands up. All right. How about another casino? Caesars Entertainment float features Kai Chen, the god of prosperity, with multicolored regal robes decorated with a pair of dragons, signifying good luck, strength, and health. And they are surrounded by oversized Chinese gold bars, you could say, and coins as well.
You know, and when you talk about building the floats, and we talked about being at the float building site and watching that process, and one of the things that the organizer said, she does a lot of different parades, but she said this one is really special. This one, she says, is her favorite because it's not just about the artistry, it's also about the tradition and the cultural aspect of these floats, and that's what you will see on this float with Kai Shen, the god of prosperity.
I hear instruments coming our way.
I hear them.
That is the UC Davis Marching Band, home of the Aggies. No hoop game, by the way, for the Aggies tonight. They're performing all over the place, and Davis is just a great university. Tons of students from San Francisco, across the Bay Area lined up going there, and they've got a great marching band club.
Yes, and it is open to all students at UC Davis, regardless of experience. So it teaches people, if you want to learn, you get to be in the band. And they've been in this parade for over a decade. So when you talk about what people look forward to, you had the family from Ukiah, and they've been here for 17 years. You get to have these moments where you're like, I want to see UC Davis. So let's listen in.
All right, UC Davis Marching Band, thanks for being with us tonight. How about a little picture-perfect moment as we take you to break here? You can see there we have a lot of bands out there, middle school, high school, college bands, and a lot of big smiles as well. You're watching the Chinese New Year Parade live right here on KTVU Fox 2.
Welcome back to the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. We're so glad to have you here, joining us here on the streets of San Francisco for this amazing night.
I love the rain.
Little rain.
Adds a little character to the parade. You know, one of my first grocery stores growing up in Novato was Lucky. And Lucky is actually part of the Chinese New Year Parade right now, and they are rolling right down Geary Street as we look to take them live here. It's you know, when we went down to Pier 54, that's the one with the big bowl. Right?
No, yes, they have a big bowl. They also have an enormous shopping cart.
Big red shopping cart as well.
A big red shopping cart with the motorized, and it actually, you can kind of see it heading up behind us. It actually moves at a pretty good clip. It's impressive. faster than I move my own shopping cart.
How fast do you think it is?
I could not guess. But really, I think this is one of the Lucky Shopping Cart has actually appeared in several parades, and it is kind of one of those favorites that they pile a bunch of people into the shopping cart, and they're there kind of just waving to folks and really having a good time there.
Well, speaking of folks on the sidelines here, again, 5, 6, 7 people deep. The rain is not scaring people away. They have remained here in the grandstands and along the parade route. You can see over at the Western St. Francis and over on posts, the crowd is here and enjoying the parade as that Lucky Float now makes its way down Geary Street.
All right, check out that Lucky Float because, yes, we were talking about it. They have a bowl there filled with noodles. One of the traditions as you welcome in the new year, you go out to dinner with your family, and one of the things that you are told to eat are long life noodles to ensure a long life. So that's honored there in that float right there. You can see tangerines and oranges as well. You bring those to your family's houses. So that's a very significant
That's
thing.
the bowl I'm talking, like the rabbit, such great detail on that.
Yes, it's beautiful, and you bring tangerines and oranges in 3s. So if you want to do that and welcome the new year to folks in a Chinese tradition, bring some tangerines.
Lucky, by the way, 70 stores across the Bay Area. They first opened up in San Leandro in 1947. All right, we talked about bands, middle school, high school, college bands. We got another good one for you. The University of San Francisco Dons Marching Band. Up there on the hilltop, this band formed back in 2009, student-run organization with just one faculty advisor, Claudia.
And these students select the music, they conduct the band, they plan the events, and oh yeah, they're actually getting a degree as well. So they class and they jobs and they do it. But you know, you talk to people who do this and it's for the love of the music, it's the love of the community and being a part of the band. So 4th time in the parade, we're happy to see them here.
I love the Dons. This my dad went there. My mom went to Lone Mountain. They met up on the hilltop, so I got a little heart there for the marching band, the Dons.
That's sweet.
From
All right,
USF.
next we have the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency motorized cable cars. So great to see them. SFMTA actually runs Muni, handles bike cycling, parking, traffic, and other transportation in San Francisco. So they're in charge of quite a bit here.
Quite a bit. There's nothing like jumping on a cable car right here on Powell Street, just heading up the hill towards California and beyond. I love it. Also, we should mention, it's a good time to mention SFMTA and opening up the Central Subway. That was nice.
Yes, the Central Subway. If you haven't ridden that yet, that should be on your list of things to do.
All right.
Okay, right behind them, you got the West County Mandarin School. It is a public Mandarin immersion school in West Contra Costa County, serves Pinole and other communities. So again, coming from the East Bay to be a part of this parade.
And you know what? Nearly a quarter of their students are intermediate to advanced speakers. I mean, that just says a lot about the collaboration between the parents, the teachers, and the community all coming together, doing wonderful things there at West County Mandarin School. They're doing a lion dance, right?
They are going to do a lion dance and a fan dance performance. You see the fan dance there. And really, if you take a look at the kids, one of the things that this school prides itself on is how diverse, ethnically diverse it is. It's one of the most diverse Mandarin immersion schools in California.
Well, we saw Bank of America come a little bit earlier, and now it's time for U.S. Bank. The theme of this year's float, achieving your dreams. Go get it, right, Claudine? I mean, don't just reach for the stars. Go grab the stars.
Go get them. And you've got folks on the float as well, but you also see those rabbits behind them. What they are doing is they're in line to buy carrot cake, of course, because it is the Year of the Rabbit, and this is the theme that we're going through. The float is designed to showcase an entrepreneurial spirit. So it's not just about the carrot cake, it's about businesses, it's about celebrating people who take something they love and grow it into a thriving business. That's the message of U.S. Bank and their
entrepreneurial spirit,
float.
right? Be your own boss.
Be your own boss, that's right. All right, right behind that float, there's Recology. If you don't know, you should know Recology because it handles San Francisco waste and recycling, and it's got a history of over 100 years in the city. And this dragon is always a favorite because it's made out of recycled materials. That's Daisy. Daisy shows up in this parade a lot.
Daisy. That's
Yes.
a good looking one right there. They also have a vintage green garbage truck adorned, you will see, with banners and red lanterns. My trash pickup's on Thursday morning. When's yours?
Mine's on Tuesday.
Tuesday, midweek. Yeah, we're both kind of in the same area
But,
there.
you know, Daisy is an impressive addition to this. And if you look right behind Daisy, there's that green DiMartini that you're talking about.
And the theme for Recology, a world without waste. And there is that dream truck. You know, back in the day, I think they called them scavengers, you know.
Yep, no, it says that right on the truck
Oh.
there, you see? The
Yep,
Scavengers Protective Association. So you called it right there. That truck actually, you know, in this weather, that's a perfect float to be on. You got the lantern.
They're like, we told you so.
dry. They are smart. Okay, Dak Phai Wong Martial Arts Center is coming up right behind them with their lion dance. Established in 1968. This martial arts center teaches traditional Kung Fu and also Tai Chi. And it's considered really a flagship school for what's called the Plum Blossom International Federation. That's got over 200 locations in 33 countries.
33 different countries. Also aims to share and preserve Chinese culture. Again, another diverse group of students here. And you can see the rain coming down. They've got the slickers on, but they're still going strong. We're all still going strong. They're loving it here, the Dak Phai Wong Martial Arts Center. Great to have them on board. The students performing traditional Kung Fu forms, you know, as well as you can see the lion dance team there.
All right, a great night out here in San Francisco for you, and another reminder that you can win a trip from Alaska Airlines. So where would 250,000 miles take you? Well, enter for a chance to win miles that can be used on Alaska and their One World partners. Enter now at ktvu.com/contest. The Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. Time to turn our attention to the McDonald's family camera and all the families watching this year from the grandstands, waving. The umbrellas are out, the jackets are out. It's a good crowd tonight. Everyone's having a great time. The family right there came all the way down from Ukiah. So they're coming from all over the place, including this band out of Salem, Oregon. We welcome the McKay High School Marching Band home to the Royal Scots.
It's their first appearance in the parade. They're visiting from Salem, Oregon. So this tells you when people hear about the Chinese New Year Parade in San Francisco, they want to be a part of it.
Right?
Yeah, we love that they made the road trip. I feel like they brought that Oregon rain with them. We are glad to have them here. The marching band actually, and this is interesting, it was cut in 2013, reestablished in 2020. So it's only been back for a couple of years, and they've been fundraising since 2019.
We got to put money into
for
music.
This trip.
Put money into music. Let's listen real quick. All right. By the way, 45 of those members are new to the band. That's not a team of rookies. They sound like vets right there.
I want to tell you, first performance outside of Oregon for the band since 2001. Awesome that came here.
All right, Salesforce is up. Obviously, cloud-based software company based right here in San Francisco, kind of a big company. And this is another one that we saw earlier in the week, Claudine, that just kind of caught our eye, especially that rabbit right there and the detail to those gold coins.
Yeah, it is gorgeous, and it's gorgeous at night, and that's what makes this parade so special. You've got the gold on the center of the float. That ingot is a symbol of prosperity and wealth, and on top of that, you've got those several rabbits. Those represent, of course, the year of the rabbit that we're in. It's the year of the water rabbit as well, and so it's great to have Salesforce. If you know our San Francisco skyline, you know the Salesforce Tower.
That's right, yeah, largest private employer in the city, more than 70,000 employees globally, led by Mark Benioff. I've been to the top of that tower.
I know you have, before it was completed, and that was kind of
amazing. Knees were shaking a little bit. Knees were shaking. Star King Elementary School is located between 101 and 280 in San Francisco's Potrero Hill neighborhood. The school has a Mandarin immersion program as well as an experiential learning program where students learn by doing, Claudine.
That's right. You got a dragon there leading this performance with fan dancers and drummers. You can see the dragon there and that little ball with the green on top. That is, once again, the Pearl of Wisdom, as we've seen that theme go through. And you can see it takes a lot for those kids to learn how to move that dragon, but they are doing a fantastic
They're doing a great job at it.
Yes. Again, we should remind people, a 1.3-mile route. So doing that in
that
slickers.
one young man right there was like, is this the end? I think he was thinking that.
It is not the end.
Yeah.
But you're doing a great
Halfway
job.
home.
And you run and you stay warm.
You know, I was looking on their website. This line caught my attention. It says, Star King is a microcosm of the world. The work we do with our kids here is work we do in service of human beings who will shape our future. And I just wanted to share that because that just sounded great. And they're doing wonderful things there at Star King Elementary.
All right, let's welcome in Cruise and the Cruise employees right behind Star King. Now, Cruise is an autonomous vehicle company that's actually based in San Francisco. It was founded in 2013, but now it's owned by GM, and it works on zero-emission, self-driving vehicles. The fleet is actually all electric. You may have seen those Cruise vehicles moving away moving their ways around the city.
Yeah, he founded it back in 2013. They also did the Pride Parade. They also entered the Soapbox Derby, so they're very involved. Have you been in one of these?
I have not done.
Are you into the whole driverless thing?
Well, I mean,
I'm not there yet.
I'm still getting there. But as you can see, they have a self-driving car, but they have someone driving it.
But they have someone.
Because we're in a parade, and that makes sense. They do partner with the San Francisco Marin Food Bank to deliver meals to people in need, and they've actually delivered over 2.3 million meals, so that's fantastic.
All right, Shaolin Temple USA, headquartered in Fremont, founded in 2007. The mission to share the 1,500-year-old cultural heritage of the Shaolin Temple, one of the oldest styles taught in Kung Fu.
That's right. They've been in this parade since 2010, opened the telecast in 2016. I remember that performance. It was fantastic. And so their performances are always really a lot of fun to watch. They actually recently performed during halftime at a Golden State Warriors game. So if you'd been at that game, you might say, wait, I recognize those folks.
And you say generation a lot over the last hour, and this is another example of the Kung Fu masters really looking to pass their mantle to the younger generation of disciples out there.
Yep, and you've got the traditional weapons they're using there, bare-handed forms. They've got the double swords. Those are Shaolin double broadswords. They have Shaolin double chain whips, and then you've got the younger students performing a different type of Kung Fu as well.
Very dialed in, very focused. Even with all the noise and the crowd and the lights, you can just tell.
Well, it is a discipline. It's an art form, and it's a skill, and really, I think it's so wonderful to be able to see them perform in a parade like this on a stage like this.
He was focused.
They are working hard, very focused, and they might be a little wet, but good for them because I think they are a crowd favorite. People loving seeing them here. All right, right behind them, you have the San Francisco Community Alliance Community Safety Education, SF Cause, as they're known. This is a fairly new group, only founded back in 2021.
Yeah, trying to spread unity and stop hate and violence in communities. The float's theme, they also have a float, not just drums here, but the float's theme is We Belong. 2 words, 2 very important words. And this group, like Claudine said, a young group has handed out more than 150,000 safety tip cards in 9 different languages to help people learn how to report crime. A lot of times, you know, in our business, we hear stories of people just being afraid to report a crime.
Yes, you know? And they want to feature a lot of cultures, and you see that it's diversity. This is the Chinese New Year Parade, and you definitely see a lot of Asian culture here, but you also see a lot of diversity in how communities have come together. And so this group, it says it features a lot of cultures, including Latin dancers, Native American leaders, BIPOC, and LGBTQ community members. So this is a fantastic way to kind of showcase the diversity and one community coming together of all sorts of different cultures in a sense of unity and welcomeness, and really it's a great sense of pride for the city of San Francisco and this entire Bay Area.
Oh, they sound great. I even like the one Giants hat. You know,
yes,
the green group, you got the little Giants hat in there.
Right behind them, this is actually their float behind them too, and so we don't want to not pay attention to all the things that go on in this float. The float's theme is We Belong. So you've got the Golden Gate Bridge, you've got the Statue of Liberty, and that bridge is supposed to be a gateway to good fortune. The statue has the quote, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to break free." That, they say, is reminding us all that we all belong.
And that's a good picture right there. If you can focus, I mean, you can see the rain really.
Yes.
I mean, since we went on air, it's definitely the hardest that it's come down so far. With that, let's check back in with Amber Lee. Amber, take it away.
Hi, Mike. So here with me is this couple, the Ings. You guys are from San Francisco. Tell me how long you've been coming here and what does it mean to you?
Every year we've been here. Our kids has been little. We brought them here when they were kids. We were in our ski wear sometimes, and we're back in this rain, but it's wonderful to be back.
Never thought that you wouldn't come today. Not even a thought.
Not ever a chance. We'll show up, rain or shine.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. and Mrs. Ing. Well, now we're going to take a little break and rejoin us, and we'll have a lot more.
And welcome back to the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade, live from downtown San Francisco. On the screen right there is the Sifu Men Kung Fu and Washu Academy. Sifu means teacher, or a term of respect in Cantonese. They're based in San Jose. They do have 3 schools across the Bay Area. And the students, Claudine, have won national Kung Fu tournaments, including more than 388 gold medals.
So these students are used to performing at a very high level. Sifu Meng has also been featured in Kung Fu movies, both in Hollywood and Hong Kong. And when you talk about how early people learn the art of martial arts, as young as 2 years old. And so
toddlers, yeah, young.
Yep, they're little. And so by the time they get to this point, I mean, a little wet street, and they are performing at a high level. They've got a lion dance team followed by Kung Fu performers, and then you've got the flag team right behind them as well. And look at those littles just making their way through the parade. All right, following them, we've got Meta. Of course, that's the parent company of Facebook, and there's their float. The theme of their float, New Year of Prosperity. And so you have a traditional Chinese New Year celebration. If you look at that float, you've got the rabbit there as well, a red lantern, the gold behind, and also a red envelope making up the Lunar New Year float for Meta.
Facebook, 2004, right?
Yes,
it's
been a hot minute since it's Facebook. I'd have to look back to my original post.
I think you got me
a long
on
time
Facebook.
ago.
I don't think I was on before. I think you told me to get on Facebook. Just going down memory lane there.
Going down memory lane of Facebook memories, all right.
Meta says its mission is to help people build community and bring the world closer together.
Yes, in 2022, they also launched the Meta Prosper Project. That's to support Asian and Pacific Islander-owned businesses. So there you have Meta employees following the crowd and following their float, waving to the great crowd that is coming here tonight.
Staying dry with those slickers on.
Dry.
Great Resort and Casino coming down Gary Street right now. They're up in Roner Park. And when we were we went to 2 piers, 54 and 19. This was at Pier 19 earlier this week. And again, the gold coins around the tree, just the detail, very solid. And again, under the lights, it's just popping.
Yes, you've got a lot of gold. You got plum blossoms, and even the gold coins are leaves on this float. So they went and took it up another notch.
And the plum blossoms, that tree, that represents spring, right? Renewal.
And money trees, that's also what you put in your house at the start of a new year as well. So the wave pattern on the side as well. It is the year of the water rabbit, and so that is also a continuous theme that we're seeing throughout this parade.
Great casino.
So you can see we're getting a little break from the rain, I think. It is drizzling now, but it is...
heavy at times, but not. All right, BART. Everyone takes BART, right? A lot of people taking BART.
Yes, a lot of people took BART here tonight. That is a suggested mode of transportation.
They first began service back in '72. Now, it cost $1.6 billion to build it then. It cost $2.4 billion to build the recent Berryessa extension.
Things may have cost a little bit more. But you talk about how it's grown and really how it's been a part of people's lives and really just public transportation in general. In the very beginning, they had BART going in San Francisco, and they had BART going on the East Bay. And then 10 months later, the Transbay Tube was actually finished. And then, oh, look, we connected everyone.
Those are employees and their families, by the way, walking with the BART-mobile.
I think inside the BART-mobile is a great place to be tonight. Okay, let's look behind the BART-mobile, and you will find the Rams Richmond Area Multi-Services Float. This is a nonprofit mental health organization.
Yeah, very important group doing great work. 17,000 clients served. Really founded to address the needs of Asian-speaking population of the Richmond district. They're really in the business, Claudine, of just building stronger communities and bringing them together as one.
Yeah, and to do that, it does require being everywhere, and they are. They have 130 sites across the area, over 30 language. And they were actually named as the state nonprofit of the year in 2022, so their work being recognized. And mental health, I mean, certainly we've seen that really
especially
in
with the
recent
pandemic.
years.
And they really wanted us to kind of drive that home as they're walking down the street here, that mental health isn't just about getting counseling. It's about asking, right? Asking for help in life. Don't be afraid to come out and ask for help in life.
Yeah, so important. All right, right behind them we have the Philip Burton High School Puma Marching Band. You can see the flags leading the way for that band. This is
the band
program.
director.
Yes.
The director.
The band program was started back in 2011. Marching Band 2012 started competing in 2015, and here we are 8 years later, the only competitive public school marching band in San Francisco.
Yeah, Philip Burton, by the way, if you don't know the name, former congressman in San Francisco from 64 to 83, also helped create the GGNRA. So did a lot for the city, the high school named after him. And would you say the only competitive?
The only competitive public school marching band. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
75 students in all from San Francisco's Portola district. Let's listen in just for a bit here. They turned it off.
They still got a long way to go. All right. We've had so many picture-perfect moments, I think.
A lot of good ones. Let's do another one, right? What do we got? Oh, God, I love the instruments.
The band is fantastic. Bands are such an important part of the parade, as are those lion dancers that have been braving the rain to bring us good fortune. There we have another band as they make their way down the parade route.
We're having a good time. We're not done yet. You're watching the Chinese New Year Parade live from San Francisco.
And welcome back. Let's turn your attention to the McDonald's family cam and look at those brave faces that we are seeing all along the parade route. They got their ponchos. They're ready to go.
They're like, bring on the rain. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the grandstands are filled with lots of families who have made a long trek to be out here, and we're certainly glad to see them. All right, the Washing Arts Group, also known as the U.S. Chinese Dance Association. They are looking fabulous with those bright colors and beautiful costumes. They are out. This is a nonprofit of professional Chinese artists, dance educators, and art enthusiasts.
That's right. The float featuring dancers dressed as the goddess of the moon, carrying the jade rabbit. Now, the legend says she drank the elixir of longevity to protect it, flew to the moon, and then became a goddess. The group, we should mention, also does host the annual We Shine World Dance Competition, bringing dancers in from around the world right here to San Francisco.
And you can see there you have that float, but you also have the beautiful dancers and the dance students that follow that float. And so we're happy to have them here in the parade. Right behind them, we have the San Francisco Renegades Drum and Bugle Corps. And these are all ages when you talk about this drum corps that was established back in 1996.
That's right. Members from all across the country, Canada as well, South Korea and Japan, ranging from 19 to 72 years old. One big family coming together there in the streets of San Francisco for us tonight. The band does feature entirely brass instruments, which is pretty cool, as well as drums.
And it was the first West Coast corps to compete at the Drum Corps Associate World Championship. So, by the way, they're looking for some new members. So.
Okay, well, you know, I may jump in there. Let's listen for a second. Actually, do you play an instrument? I don't play an instrument. So
I took a year of piano lessons. It didn't go as well as my mother had hoped.
All right, there is We Are One, a group trying to unite diverse people from all ethnic backgrounds in San Francisco by using music, Claudine.
Yes, and it started in 2021 to promote self-defense, instruction, meditation, fellowship, and just really this mutual respect. We've seen this theme, solidarity across all ethnicities. So you, again, hear this theme of diversity and see how important it is that everyone comes together. Marchers have "We Are One" spelled out on flags and signs. I love
the little rabbit.
I love it. You know, and you can really, even with these clear ponchos, see the beauty of their costumes and really, again, those light up ears. Those have been a favorite for me tonight.
All right, the next float, Mental Health Association for Chinese Community, MHACC, a nonprofit raising awareness on mental health within the Chinese community through education.
That's right. It has been around since 2012. So you've got workshops, support groups, courses, a telephone warm line, as they call it, and everything's free, and they expanded it to help with tens of thousands of people. Their float, they've got pandas.
That's right. Two giant pandas.
Ones. Yeah. There's, who doesn't like the panda, right? the idea, welcome everyone with a warm hug. And they've got the god of wealth there too. You can see Kai Shen right in the front.
Right.
Dressed like Kai Shen, and that is to bring good luck and prosperity.
And they also have the plum blossoms around the float for encouragement as well. That's a good looking float right there. As the rain starts to pick up again a little bit here.
Commodore Sloat YMCA's after-school program joins us next. This is an after-school program in San Francisco's West Portal neighborhood. And they've got a bunch of dancers, dozens of elementary school dancers performing.
And that after-school program, I mean, you think about it, it's so key, you know, especially for parents who had to go back to the work after the pandemic. You know, not everyone is opening up their after-school program. So for Commodore Sloat YMCA after-school program, it's a much-needed program, and they help the children, the students with their homework. They teach them how to eat healthy, how to just be physical and get out, get off the phones, right? Get off the devices.
And I love the adults involved in this performance as well, coming together and you know talk about, they've been in the parade for 10 years running, and this is always fun to see them joined here and coming to be a part of this parade.
Are they running because it's raining hard now?
Well, you know, we've had these squalls that come down, and when they come down, it comes down in torrents. And so those are the young dancers as part of this, 5 to 11. There are 40 of them, and so you got the older, I would assume maybe teachers and educators being a part of this, and then the kids getting ready.
They're jumping, they're fired up.
She's like, we're gonna do this right now. There you go. Oh, the little rabbit ears. And
that's great.
They're off.
You can see their faces, just how
special
this
cool
is for them. They're so into it.
Yes.
They're so happy to see.
And they know this is the TV zone, right? These are the grandstands. These are the lights. This is when you're in front of Macy's. And this is when you get to, you know,
turn it on.
Take all that practice and show everyone how awesome and how awesome your school is and how much you practice. And they're doing great. So look at those grins on those faces, and they're having a great time.
Maybe for some, this is their first parade.
And they're led by Nagata Dance, is what we'll tell them. And so look at them. I mean, even the adults are like, you know what? This is, you know, as one of my coaches used to tell me, you're not made of sugar, you're not going to melt.
What coach was that?
Someone who was trying to get me to run in the rain.
This has been great. You know, for nearly 20 years, I've been a part of this parade, but I haven't been able to sit here and actually watch the parade in its entirety.
Yeah, it's special, isn't it?
Oh, it's so
it is special
magical.
to be in the parade. It is special to watch the parade. And Tsingtao is following that dance
Tsingtao Daily, the
yes.
longest running Chinese language newspaper. You bet, Tsingtao Daily. First established in Hong Kong back in '38. San Francisco edition is the first overseas edition in the paper. That was launched in '63. A full office eventually came, Claudine, in 1975.
And you talk about, the Chinese community, the Chinese-speaking community. More than half of that community in the Bay Area actually receives Tsingtao. And we're talking in one form or the other. So it's got radio stations,
digital
newspapers. So in one form or another, if you need a Chinese language media, Tsingtao is where you're going to go. And we talk about the different dialects. Cantonese and Mandarin is their radio station as well, so it reaches out to as many people as it can. Okay, and this is also Tsingtao's float behind them, and you can see them. You know, listen, I will give it to all these folks who come out in this parade and smile and dance. It is something that is special, and it is something that we look forward to. And we need rain. It just happens to
Rain's
come.
good luck, right? Isn't rain good luck?
At different times, and it is coming down. But there's the Year of the Rabbit, and you can see there's their Miss Tsingtao. They have their own court as well, and so there they are, joining us with Kai Shen and being at the front of their float as well.
Got a quick pop quiz for everyone at home. You too. Albert Einstein, Frank Sinatra, Tiger Woods. All Year of the Rabbits.
Year of the Rabbit,
All Year
yes.
of the Rabbits.
All right, behind Tsingtao, we've got the Irvine High School Mighty Marching Vaqueros. Bringing a little music to this part of the parade. They actually came up from Southern California,
That's right.
so
Orange
we
County.
appreciate them making the trip. 150 members strong.
Yeah, they've been recognized by the Grammy Museum as a signature school, one of the top public high schools making a commitment to music education. And we love to hear that. This is their 20th appearance in the parade. And their goals as an ensemble, they say that really to make music and not just make it, but do it with a smile. Have fun while you're doing it.
Yeah, and they have been practicing since last summer, and they said, you know, they're really proud to be at this point in the parade because ahead of the final big show, it is really a special time to be a part of this section of the parade because people wait a long time for the grand finale and the Golden Dragon, and so it's really special for them, they said, to be at this stage in the parade, so we're glad to have them here.
Are you saying the grand finale is getting closer?
It is getting ever closer, ever closer. We're so excited for that. Thank you for joining us here. If you're watching dry at home and warm, stay with us.
We're getting
We'll be
closer.
Right back. We are so close.
Welcome back to the Chinese New Year Parade here in San Francisco's Union Square on a rainy Saturday night. But the crowd, it's packed, and we're having a great time as the Thunder Valley Casino Resort float is now making its way down Geary Street. Our own Amber Lee down there with the newly crowned Miss Chinatown USA. Amber?
Mike, congratulations, Ashlyn. Can you hear me? I don't see her. Let me take a look. Can she hear me? There she goes. Hey, Ashlyn, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. What was it like last night? You were just crowned last night.
Sorry, what?
What was it like last night? You were just crowned last night.
It was surreal. Oh my goodness. I'm just so grateful and honored to have the opportunity and experience to be able to share the beauty of the Chinese culture and to be able to meet all these wonderful and accomplished women.
What are you looking most forward to during your reign?
Oh, sorry.
What are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to be able to share our traditions, our culture, and be able to spread the appreciation of the Chinese culture and bring more unity during a time of challenge and to promote togetherness.
Thanks, Ashlyn. Enjoy the rest of the parade. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was it. Mike, back to you and Claudine.
Amber, thank you so much. I got a chance to talk to Ashlyn this morning as well on Mornings on 2. Fantastic. She's from Redwood City, went to Aragon High School, waiting to see where she goes to college. And what a 24 hours she's had from being crowned. She made appearances this morning, and now she's sitting high atop this float.
The golden throne. She looks beautiful up there.
She actually said she performed in this parade with Lung's White Dragon, and she is now in this parade as Miss Chinatown USA.
All right, now to the last band of the night, Walnut High Blue Thunder Band in color guard from Southern California down in Los Angeles County. 150 plus members in all. The school does have an arts academy for students that earn a special arts focused diploma. 8 different musical ensemble classes, Claudine, right there on campus.
Yeah, it's their 4th time in this parade. And noteworthy for this marching band, they also have string players as part of the group, which is unique for a band. Certainly they're proud of their school, proud of the band's diversity. So as we listen to them, we know that finale is right around the corner.
It's coming.
We can't wait.
The spectacular Dragon and Lion Dance coming up after the break. All right, welcome back to the Alaska Airlines Chinese New Year Parade here in downtown San Francisco on a rainy night, but it's been a great night, Claudia.
What an amazing night. I cannot believe we've already made it to the finale, the Lung's White Crane Dragon Association. This is an amazing performance. This is what, when people come out here, this is what we're waiting for. We are going to have a fantastic performance for you. We've got to dim the lights to get it started.
Let's
so
kill those
lower
lights.
the lights and let's have it.
firecrackers. Happy New Year, everyone.
You're good. Go up top. Go up top.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. It is always amazing, the Golden Dragon, firecrackers. How did you like lighting the firecrackers?
It's my first time, so it was super exciting.
It was a magical night. And I know that people are worried about the rain, but it was truly a magical night tonight.
It was so great to see so many people out there. I want to take this opportunity to say, Gong Hei Fa Choi, Sunny Phai Lok.
Gong Hei Fa Choi. And for all of you at home, we so appreciate you joining us. We want to thank everyone a part of putting this parade on, bringing it to you live from our KTVU family to the Chamber of Commerce and beyond.
And a big thank you to all our sponsors as well, including Alaska Airlines, the Year of the Rabbit, and next year, I hope you join us right back here because it is the Year of the Dragon.
Yes, certainly, as we have that Golden Dragon, guys, as you mentioned, this is almost 300 feet long, and so many people being a part of this. This is one of the most amazing nights for us. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.